this is that needs a specific location. This is the level 3 kind of charger. You find it in the normal parking lots and parking stations, what wherever you find. That is a level 3 charger where your vehicle can be charged maybe in 20 minutes or 40 minutes. It's based on the ability of your charging mechanism which is available in your vehicle. In Tesla, they say with their charging mechanism they can charge maybe up in 40 minutes the whole vehicle can be charged with a level 3 vehicles. So I believe that kind of a charging infrastructure we need a specific place. So what happened in China, because China also is a kind of our country, because it's also highly populated, it's also dense at some places, for instance like Shanghai or Beijing, which is quite high, quite densely populated. So what they thought is, okay, people want to buy more and more electric vehicles because the environment is not favoring the people there in China. So they found an alternate way. They they built 30 acres of land of charging station outside 15 or 18 kilometers outside the city, outskirt of city. They built a charging infrastructure of a 30 acres or something where a customer who buys an electric vehicle come and charge. It's very minimalistic charge. So when such a kind of a charging infrastructure was placed, then the people who started buying the electric vehicles, the numbers have increased to a greater level. They never expected that. Then when that idea worked out, then they started finding outskirts of city at places across 4 different directions where the number of vehicles are sold. Then they created such a charging infrastructure. So we should also think about, like, if even if we do not have space inside the city, why can't we think about place outskirts somewhere in in between somewhere? Because the one thing is that today in India, we can we have many charging stations within the city. If you are speaking about the cities like Hyderabad or Chennai or Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, during in these kind of high-tech cities, you will have charging cities. So people who are using the vehicles inside the city do not have a problem, or their homes are anyway within the city, so they can commute within the city and come back. It's not a problem today. So we also have a kind of a mileage in vehicles. We can make use of it. So we can go for electric vehicles. It's so cheap because there is no fuel you have to afford, and you also have government subsidies and everything like that. So you can use it electric vehicles. But when you want to move from a place from Chennai to Bangalore, or Chennai to Hyderabad, or send from Chennai to, or Bangalore or Hyderabad to somewhere South India, to Kerala or somewhere, but there comes the issue. There comes the mileage issue and the time it takes to takes to charge. Then we can only suggest wherever there is a restaurant or somewhere where we need a charging stations there, so that people who wants to eat their food, they can also charge the vehicles. Then we need to place the infrastructure. But do we have such a kind of an electric vehicle available? That's also a question. Then alternate energy sources. Okay, what is this alternate energy sources? um, we have a power grid issue today. Normal for our, because do we have power cuts in our home? Yes or no? Yes. We have. Do we have sufficient enough amount of power to be provided to the whole Indian people? We are about 120 billion. Do we have that kind of a availability? No. People are already complaining that uh, because of this, the corporate companies, they have started using the utilization of power on a greater number. Because of that, the small villages, the rural areas are not able to get enough sufficient power, because the power demand has been given there, but the demand here has been taken out. Maybe it's right, we do not know. Um so that's a problem, right? That's a problem statement, that power grid issue is there. So how can we adapt our power grid in a better way, that how can we demand the power? So we never thought about that. So we need a mechanism. So when we can drive a whole vehicle with a software, why can't we build a enterprise or a architecture where we can control the power based on the demand? That kind of an idea, I don't know whether we already have it in our Power Grid Corporation of India Limited, because we need to also think from that perspective. If there is a huge amount of power going one side, how can also create demand other side? If there is a proposition is available, how can we also think about? So we also need to think something can be driven from that place. At the same time, we also need to think about solar energy or wind energy is there. But why solar is so expensive? Because the demand is not there. Because when people started buying the solar equipments and things, then the demand will go higher, and then the cost will come down, because multiple players will come to the picture, and everyone will start selling the solar panels and things like that. Then things go high. The same case in electric vehicles also, because the demand is not there. That's why the cost is so high. So there is also a research which is also going in other direction. How can we create a solar paneled exterior where the it also benefits the vehicle when it goes in during the normal conditions, so that the vehicle charges by itself. So there is already a regenerative braking concept, but it's very minimal, because it can only drive some internal internal electronic components, but not the entire vehicle. So how can we also think about such a kind of a solar driven vehicle, or solar powered vehicle, or solar powered panel placing on the vehicle, something like that? But at the same time, there is also already aerodynamics. We know there is available, but how can we generate also electricity from the aerodynamics of the wind generation, which is happening during the process or the course of the vehicle? So that's another technology which is going on. But all as a whole, we also need an internet support. Why we need an internet support? We also have 5G, which is going to come in our country. And when it comes, we are speaking about a speed. It's not about Mbps. We are going to speak about speed which is going to be 300 gigabytes per second, or it's going to be quarter per second. We do not know such a kind of a 5G technology when it comes into the picture. So how can we make use of the internet in a much more efficient way? So that's also a question. And the 5G says it is also not prone to environmental problems, because also it is sustainable. So how can we make use of 5G technology so that we can create an ecosystem for the electric vehicles alone? So we know where is the charging stations are available, which charging stations are available. We do not have an application today for that. I think we also need to search for, because people are not using it, people are not. So once we have such a kind of ecosystems and applications available and coming up, then I think people will start. People should have the confidence to buy it. Basically, how can we improve the confidence? How can we create the awareness to the people? That's also a question. So these are all the options we have. So whatever I am saying, these are all not mere statements. These are all tasks. These are all individual tasks which we have to do. And what I am saying is, like, these are all tasks an individual has to do. And one person cannot do these all things in one shot. This is not possible. Because that's also the success of China. You know why? The Chinese guys are they are very much um, known for their hardware. Every hardware comes from China. Everyone, they say China, they make it. They make it in China. They have it in China. That's for cheaper labor costs. Why and how? Because Chinese make their hardware. They don't make the hardware. They make components. They make subset of components. They make one part of a MOSFET, or they make only a BJT. They only make a PCB. They only make the CAN bus, or they only make HDD, SSD, UFS, whatever you say in electronics way. I mean, chipsets are available. They only make that. They don't make any other things. Even if you speak about the display, iPhone buys it from China, Samsung buys it from China, everyone buys it from China. But the whole display is made by them. The capacitive touch panel is made by them. Or OLED display is made by them. The capacitive touch screen is made by them. All the separate sub components are made by them, but each components are made by an individual company. That's the difference. Because here, when we say about a company, manufacture everything. They have a capacitor touch panel competency. They have a OLED competency. Everything. No, there is a one company that manufactures only one product, one thing, that they don't produce another thing. So if you have a display of like 8-inch size of this material, you will get in only one company. And if you go into another company, then only you will get other company. So that's how you get your suppliers. But we don't have such concept in India. Even though we have such a kind of a population, we have a competency available, we have so many resources available, but we are not ready to do that. Because the profit margin toward that part is very lesser. So that's why we are not going there. But when the demand comes higher, when the product when the components the utility becomes more, then then the demand gets higher. And what China is also doing, they only do the innovation on that particular product. So that particular product cannot be manufactured any other place. So that acquisition is not possible. That copyright cannot be infringed very easily. So that kind of process is also needed as from the legal perspective. So we should avoid this duplications, duplicate of things. So that also needs to be avoided. I can go. So let me speak about these major players what we have today, because mobility and e-mobility will be a major player. 5G technology is going to be a major players. The Internet of Things, so battery technology, graphite to silica, and the chemical productions. For instance, why I spoke about the chemical productions, because we all speak about lithium-ion battery, correct? So what is lithium-ion battery? Okay, lithium is one specific component, and there is a nickel, manganese, cobalt, or some other material what we have. Okay, there is a combination of there. Then the graphite is there, silica is there. Then there is a copper plates available across the battery. Do we make such kind of individual proposition of a battery itself? Can we manufacture such kind of things individually? Once we start making, because such kind of individual things doesn't need more investment. So if we can make only the nickel plates, if we can only make the nickel plates based on your size, you need a foundry where you need a machinery where you can cut based on your CAD diagrams, whatever you needed. So tomorrow, if there is a specification comes to you that you need to make a copper plate of this size, you can only make a copper plate of this size. But such kind of technology is available in other country, but we do not have it. So because we don't look into the subset of each items, we only think the battery as a whole. I want to produce battery and I want to sell it whole, but this is not immediately possible. And that's what we have to do. Because if you even go to Everyday or a Duracell of any other battery companies, they only brand their battery and they just sell their battery. But what they are actually do internally in their company is they actually go to the sub-suppliers where they make small components. But such kind of things are available, then we can also make our own battery, because the battery technology is going to be enormous in coming days, because everyone wants to move towards battery. It's not that one brand is going to be sufficient, because they can only increase the price. Because if we make it, then we can also give it in an affordable price we have, and if we can also prove our efficiency in our way, we can also be successful. That's also possible. And power electronics. So power electronics is something associated with the whole vehicle itself, because for every mechanical component you need a controlling mechanism. So all controlling mechanism is done by a power electronics. In turn, this power electronics can be driven by a software. So there is a software, there is a power electronics component, then there is a mechanical hardware. All these three things run the vehicle. I'm not just speaking about one ECU, but as a whole vehicle. Every component inside the vehicle has a mechanical component. There is a power electronics associated. There is also a software associated. Together, it forms as a vehicle as a component. Vehicle as a product. Then alternate energy generation. So I spoke about it sometime before, that we'll also have to use the solar energy, the wind energy, and other things. Then also the infrastructure development. This is also more important, because how we create the whole infrastructure for this as an ecosystem is not about the e-mobility ecosystem. It should also be a kind of a connected ecosystem. So it also needs to speak to the people, to the society, and so that it tells you that what we have to really do. So whole together, the infrastructure has to be developed in that way. Then what is our strength? We have a huge number of people, and that's our strength. If tomorrow, the number of people who buys the vehicle, it's around 40 billion people who has vehicle today. So that's a kind of a number we have. It also includes your Uber, Ola, everything. So we have now so many number of people. So tomorrow, if all of this number has to turn to an electric, just think about the profit which we are going to. It's going to be in $1 trillion. That's of no question. And even if you want to make sub-components or in smaller companies, you still have competency available. You know about the number of engineering students and the people who are going to come out of the companies, out of the out every year. It's not only the engineering graduates I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about the ITA graduates. Also speaking about the diploma graduates. I'm also speaking about the people who completes the industrial trainings. Yeah? And also speaking about the people who works on the physics, chemistry, all or mathematics, especially all the competencies all the competencies are required to generate a complete ecosystem. It's not about one degree or a one graduate is required. It's a whole teamwork which need from the whole competency is required here. That's how we can make a uh, mm, make a, if you're speaking about a smart city or a e-mobility, whatever, we need the whole handshake here. And the support from the government towards sustainable development. So this is already there. And government is already speaking about sustainability. They want I think 40% of Indian vehicles has to be electric. That's the target vision we have from the government in 2030. So we also need to go behind it. Capital availability. So if you are going to make something, do we have support from the government? There's a capital generation possible? Yes, there are many companies today. There are venture capitals, there are investment companies where you can go and provide your projects. You can also invest them. You can also speak for the investments. It's also possible. So diversity. What is diversity? Because we only in our country we have such a diversified people. If you take from Himalayan from Jammu to Kerala, you see the whole place. We have a diversified people with different thoughts, different abilities, different competencies, and different talents. This kind of talents you will never get anywhere, because you only get a bull or a bear. But here only in Indian country you get everyone. Yeah, we have every kind of mind. It's available here. So what is weakness? Weakness is something I call the acquisitions as a big weakness, because we know if there is an acquisition happening today, because that company is doing good. So when that company is doing good, that company is going to grow. But when that company is to be acquired, because when you acquire, you get lots of money, right? You get lots of money and you will have so much of stake inside a company, but you will lose your value basically, because when you are acquired, you have to follow the value of your acquiring company. So which means uh, then what will eventually happen? The inflation will obviously be there, because for example, if today you have a good battery technology company available, and you are providing it in a good cheaper rate, and I think tomorrow if Tesla comes back, and if they when they evaluate your battery, they see the performance is guy, and come on, let's get it from them. But eventually what happens to the other battery players? They will lose their economy and their stake. When they lose their stake, they start acquiring you. So when they acquire you, then they start providing your battery in their brand name. Obviously the price also goes into a different level. So though that kind of acquisitions we should avoid basically. And we should also understand what are the government policies. Yeah, this is more important, because most of our people doesn't know about the legal complications and legal policies. What is benefiting the small scale industry peoples, and what are the loans available, what are the banks providing? We do not know. And we also do not have unity. We also have separations across various places, that the guy who does here has should not do the other things, and we are more greed about our stakes, our capitals, our investments, our profits, our gains and things. We do not have also unity. So if we all come together, I hope we will have a good success. So what is our roadmap? We have a localization of battery technology, and should have a localization of power electronics development associated with the electric vehicles or the other digitization components, whatever it's available. Smart city development, and in 2030 government plans to roll out electric vehicles. So maybe in next 2-3 years we'll also see the progress. Maybe after 2025 we will see a huge breakthroughs and changes coming into our company or into our country. Thank you for your time. I am actually running short of time. Please, if you have some queries, I am ready to answer. I planned this for 1.5 hours, but I couldn't do it because already I could only take 45 minutes. I have to run so fast, but I do not have a choice. I'm sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for your valuable session. Any participants, if any queries, please The speaker is waiting. So if any questions, please raise that. The speaker is ready to explain your doubts. Participants, any queries?
Sir, hello, am I audible?
Sir, yes, sir, your voice is audible, sir.
Sir, I am saying that as far as Sir have told us that even Tesla is nowadays presently using lithium-ion batteries for its cars. Sir, what is the latest invention in batteries that have came through which could be widely used for these e-vehicles?
Currently, it is being used as the lithium ion is the only available battery we have. But what have we done with by Tesla is they have developed optimized battery management system, which is making them more reliable. Okay, for instance, Nissan Leaf is there. Nissan Leaf has a battery which is arranged in the form of square. For instance, just like your mobile batteries, yeah, mobile batteries are on a rectangular shape, right? So similarly, Nissan Leaf has made their battery style in that way, but it generates huge lot of power. So they need a proper cooling technology to cool that that dissipated heat, but they do not have it, and that's why they are facing a huge problem in the market today. But Tesla, what they have done is they have arranged the whole batteries in a cylindrical fashion, just like your AA batteries or AAA batteries, what you see here, and they are arranged in the form of completely. They arranged in the form of uh, channels. You know, there are different channels you have, and it's all bundled together, and they formed it. And there is a battery management system. What they do with the battery management system is they will check whether the charging and the dissipation happens in the right amount and the right time. Yeah, this kind of battery management system is available. uh, so here,
Yes. Sir,
Tesla tries to gets its hand on the upper side by making a good software where they generate high optimizing power of battery with good reliability. That's what they do. But the lithium ion is the current one. But what we are going towards is we are going to change from graphite to silica is the new thing which is going to happen. If that comes, then the cost of the battery can come down. The size of the battery can also come down.
Hello, sir. In your last slide, you have mentioned that by 2030, government plans to roll out electric vehicles
Yeah.
to save 1 gigaton of emission.
Yeah.
But if we charging it from grid
Yeah.
and maybe 60 to 70% thermal power station, then it could be a challenge again.
Yes, right. Right, sir. You're right. You're right. And that's why we have to look for an alternate energy source. At the same time, we also need to ensure that there is a proper mechanism to meet the power demand activity from the power grid side itself. Because if you are speaking about the electricity, the thermal energy, then it is also the point of meeting the power demand. Also, if you are speaking about an alternate energy with the help of solar power or a wind power, then we can also speak about minimizing the thermal energy in coming days of time.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Am I audible? Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir, your voice is audible, sir.
Thank you. So myself, Melvin, from Kochi Metro Rail Limited. Sir, I had heard like the number of cycles that you reported was somewhere around 10,000.
It
But
is.
I
It is.
understand that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
in
Please.
the market, I understand that there are some batteries, for example, like LT or lithium titanate, which
Yeah.
offers somewhere around more than 35,000 cycles for the time being, where they expect to discharge at somewhere around 20 to 80% at somewhere around 6C.
Yeah.
In fact, they also offer a charging rate of somewhere around 4C.
Correct.
And yeah, so I feel like there are much more advances happening in lithium chemistry itself.
Yes.
Uh, Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, sir. Because this is also a major point. Because when we speak about the component structure which you mentioned, it is going to be huge cost expensive right now in the today's today's situation, because what we are speaking about in a vehicle, we at least need a 65 kilowatt of minimum battery size is required to generate such a kind of a battery. We need at least 700 kgs of batteries needed, or the 900 kgs of batteries needed. So to get to that kind of a size, we need that many number of batteries. Even lithium ion itself seems to be so too much expensive, because 70% of the vehicle's cost right now goes into batteries. So when we speak about such a kind of a charging cycle which you mentioned, it will bring efficiency 100%, but it will also increase the cost of the battery into a greater level. So maybe we have to pay thrice the amount of cost to the current vehicle cost today.
Sir, we can, as per Indian scenario, we can get 20 to 25 kWh battery. I think that is also good enough. So why to go for 65 kWh?
It will increase the mileage. So that's why Tesla provides us the
Sir, because
such
in
an
US,
Can you,
Yeah.
can you let us know what is the chemistry Mercedes-Benz is using? I understand that your base price is somewhere around 1 CR, if I'm
Yeah.
right. I just saw one of your models today. It goes somewhere around 1 CR. So can you let us know what is the battery capacity and what is the chemistry that you are trying to use?
So here, I cannot tell you the technical specifications what we are using, but the reason why in India the Mercedes vehicles are quite expensive is not only the price of the vehicle, because it is also the import tax which we get from the government. So usually the price of the vehicle in Germany, it might be around 60,000 or 70,000 euros, which you compare it to which you use it in Indian price, it will be let's say 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs. But when it comes to India, the huge luxury tax comes in the picture, and that's the price of the vehicle goes to that level. So this is also another major point. So it's not about that the getting an electric vehicle, but if you won't need to get a Tesla or even a Mercedes vehicle or a Audi or any other luxury vehicle, it's not the subject towards the technical part, it is also the luxury part. So that's why the point. So as you mentioned, there is no much cost part of the technical part, it's the legal part.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So one more kind attention for all the participants. We posted the feedback link in your chat box. Please kindly fill that feedback form. Then one more, the experts have the one more session at 1:35. So if any queries, please ask that, raise the questions. The speaker is ready to explain your queries. If any queries.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you for your valuable time. I am requesting to Muthukumaran sir to propose a vote of thanks. So Muthukumaran sir.
Thank you, Balaji, for making the thing. So it is a very pride moment for me to provide the vote of thanks for today's session. And my sincere thanks to speaker Karthik Jyotirashmi sir for accepting our invitation and sparing his valuable time with us instead of his busy schedule. So thank you, sir. Thank you for giving your time for us. And, you have been elaborated very important points which is need of the EV technology. Especially you started your session by giving the what is a trending technology, what is advancement is going to happening in the EV vehicle. You have been thrown some points on cloud integration, data analytics, as well as sensor fusion and internet revolution, as well as IoT concept and machine learning concept is going to be integrated, as well as augmented reality. And you have been narrated the importance of e-mobility ecosystem. That is very important thing where you have been shown your points, and you have been thrown important points on types of charger, and you have been shown how to charge in public charger as well as home-based chargers and what are the things to be taken care in the charger. And you have given very valuable points on level 3 charger. And he also explained about the trending technologies, how this 5G technology, battery management technology is going to be happening, and what is the infrastructure development to be happening in this EV technology. You have been narrated, sir. And you have been all the things which has been more and more practical. Definitely, what you have been shared with this short span of time, you made as a customized and given to our participant. Definitely, our participant got very good knowledge from your speech, sir. So, on behalf of NSAC Technical Service Center Hyderabad, I am thank you wholeheartedly for giving your valuable time and enriching all of us with your wonderful knowledge. And thank you for your support, sir. We'll be expecting same kind of support in coming days also, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Muthukumaran sir. Thank you to your committee and also to the GM and everyone for giving me this chance. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, for your audience, for your information, we have been posted the day 2 session. Say day 1 session 2 feedback link has been posted in the chat box. Kindly have an eye on the chat box where you can able to find the link for the feedback link for the session 2. You have been requested to fill the feedback link. This feedback link will act as a proof for attendance for the session. So you have been requested to fill the session, and once you have been submitted the feedback, you can leave the meeting, and session 3 will begin exactly by 2:30 p.m. So we'll be having wonderful session going to happen. Session 3, one of the entrepreneurs going to deliver the session. I'm requesting don't miss the session, and we'll be joining the session 3 exactly by 2:30, and we have been requesting to join the session 10 minutes before the scheduled time. If you have any queries, you can ask your things. Please, sir.
Sir, can you please share the PPT?
Yes, sir. Actually, we have been collecting the PPT from the subject experts. We'll be sharing by most probably today evening, or worst case by tomorrow morning. We'll be getting that PPT to your mail, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Any doubt, sir? If you're having any doubt, you can ask me, or if you doesn't have any doubt, you can leave the meeting and we can join the meeting by 2:30 p.m. today.
Sir, am I audible, sir? Chat box link is not available, sir.
So once again, I'll be posting the link, madam. Don't mind. Balaji, you can post the link.
We don't have
the chat.
It is available in the chat box. I think it is right now available. Please. I hope it is available right now. Can you able to see?
No, sir. No, that it is not coming. So one request was there. Can you put it in the WhatsApp group, because it is not happening here.
Actually, WhatsApp group we supposed to not to share, because we those who are not attending also can fill it. So to avoid this only, we have been posting in meeting chat box. If possible, I'll be sharing the thing feedback.
Name.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, sir. Audible, sir.
So actually, I'm using the Teams in my mobile application. So I don't know whether to find this feedback link.
So
actually, and it's not showing.
Yeah, sir. Actually, that 3 dot is there. You just check it, sir. In this
Yes,
3 dot, yeah, you just click that, means the chat and message option is there. Or otherwise, in top of that mobile, you have the option for the participants and chat symbol.
Sir, actually, in that 3 dot menu, there is only 4 or 5 options, and there is no option for any chat.
Okay, sir. In above the top of the mobile, in right side, in top of the mobile right side, you have the option, the participants and chat option is there, sir. Please check it, sir.
No, sir. Here it is only participants. It is not participants with.
I can only see the list of participants here.
Oh, near the chat box is not available, sir.
I too cannot see, sir.
No. Yes, sir.
On mobile, for some candidates, it becomes a little bit trickier, but on computer, it can be very easier. So I filled a morning session feedback form now, because morning I was attending on mobile and I faced the same problem.
Maybe that may be issue, I think. So I think once again I posted the feedback link. Can you check it whether you are able to see the feedback link?
Yes, sir. It is visible on computer. No, yes, sir.
It is visible right now.
On computer, I can see it.
Okay. What about the mobile user?
On mobile.
On mobile, you are
no,
still.
Sir, it's not showing.
Just we'll check it in our mobile. We'll get back to you.
Still facing.
Balaji, can you check it in the mobile, please? So just to give 2 minutes of time, we are checking in our mobile. We'll be updating.
Okay.
Sir, better you post the feedback link in WhatsApp group, sir.
Actually, that is the issue. We have been supposed to not to post in the WhatsApp. That's I'm thinking, because those who are not attending also can fill it, no?
Sir, on mobile it is available. It is filling.
It's filling, huh?
On mobile it is okay, sir. We have filled the form.
Can you guide, since you have been using mobile? Can you give your tips, madam, please? Please,
Simply I have clicked on the link, sir. Then it is immediately the form is opened and I have filled it.
Yes, other people are then.
No, sir.
You have to install that app.
Just you just tell where to find.
Teams app, if it is installed, then immediately it will be opening, sir, that link.
So there was
Madam, Teams is installed, that app is installed, but then that chat section is not visible when it is on mobile, madam. Because that feature itself is not there. So not able to fill, it's not even the message is not coming there in the chat box here in the mobile.
we are checking because I am using the mobile. I was able to see that option, madam, in my mobile. And I think Balaji, you are able to check it. You are able to get it.
Yeah, ma'am. That in above that 1 week the AICTV FDP program is there. So nearby the chat symbol is available. Please check it for all of you because I'm also using the mobile. So in top of
Sir,
that,
I'm not getting any messages from the chat box.
Do we need to log in using this personal ID or institutional ID like?
No, whatever the mail ID has been, you have been registered for that mail ID only. We have been sent the mail. That may be having that option. I think so.
Even though we are using a single mail ID, we can log in using different platforms like personal and or
the link there, sir. Whatever the link is available, I have copy paste in the chat. I think you can see, sir.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yes, sir.
Yeah, that you can click, sir. Immediately it will open.
If people say not that, please touch the screen. It will be, sir. Please touch the screen so the chat box it will be shown in your mobile.
Muthu, sir.
Any problem?
Sir, if you excuse me, shall I share my screen?
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, please.
Okay.
Sir, stop record.